anyone that's familiar with Market Samurai will know that it's painfully slow to use, and if you want to research a niche properly, then you have to handle multiple tabs up here. For every time you find a keyword phrase you want to drill into, you need to create a new tab and do the keyword research again. So for example, green juice diet, if I wanted to drill a bit further into that, I'd have to click on the little key there. That will then open up eventually, after it's had time to think about it, into a new tab. In fact, it doesn't seem to be doing it, so let me click it again. There we go, green juice diet. Then I need to go over to the keyword research tab, click on generate keywords, and then we have to wait. And the time taken to find the keywords, and this is just finding the keywords and coming back with a little bit of basic data that it's getting from the Google Keyword Tool, it takes quite a long time. I mean, we're talking minutes, not seconds. And I could do the same search over at the Google Keyword Tool and get the results within a few seconds. And you can see here it says it's fetching Google keyword data. I'm going to pause the video for a second until it's finished. Okay, and the Market Samurai tool has come back, and remember the search term here is green juice diet, but if I look down at the phrases here, we're seeing a lot of one-day diet, juice cleanse, juice fast, not really anything to do with green juice. If I scroll down, I can probably find, here we go, we start some green juice cleanse, a few green juice phrases, green smoothies, and so on. But a lot of these phrases, these 801 that are returned, are not really relevant to green juice. And on top of that, a lot of these phrases are going to be found in some of the other tabs that I've created to do my research. So if I go on to the juicing tab, for example, let's switch over there. And this is another thing that takes a long time. You have to switch between tabs. Okay, if I go over to the juicing tab, I'm sure that a lot of the phrases I just found searching for green juice, whatever that keyword phrase was, are going to be found also in this list. So there's duplication between the lists, and it's just really clunky, really slow. And in recent months, it's sort of started to die a death, I think. Here we've got some green juices, some phrases. So that's the reason I don't like Market Samurai, and in fact, for the same sort of searches, I will just open up Google Keyword Tool and use that. So let's go and have a look at the Google Keyword Tool and see what sort of problems we have with that. Okay, here we are at the Keyword Tool, and I've logged in, because when you log in you'll actually get up to 800 results and not the 100 that you will get otherwise. And I normally select either exact or phrase. Those are the two that I use more than anything when I'm doing keyword research. So the Google Keyword Tool actually gives me a good range of keywords, and you can see in real time there that it's given me this data within seconds compared to the minutes that it takes Market Samurai. So this tool is actually one of the better ones that you can use, and since Market Samurai uses this data anyway, as does tools like Keyword Blaze and some of the other ones, even SE Cockpit uses the Google Keyword Tool as well, although that has a few more options as well, but we'll look at that in a moment. Now, one of the things you can do with the Google Keyword Tool is if you place stars against words that you're interested in, you can then save those for other searches. Alternatively, what you can do is you could say, right, let's download, and then all search results, download all 801, and you can then save it in a specific format, so you can keep your research and then maybe import it into some other tool or a spreadsheet to do your analysis. So the Google Keyword Tool is quite good. If we take this example of juicing, then what I would be looking for is what problems are they searching for, or what problems are they searching for the answers for in relation to juicing. So why are they wanting to juice? Are they wanting to juice because of acne, or are they wanting to juice because they have kidney stones, or are they wanting to juice for something else? So I would typically do a keyword search that says juicing for, and if I search for that at Google, you can see Google will give me a lot of phrases again. We've got another 800 phrases there, and some of them, like best diet plan, juice fountain, juice machine, they're not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for reasons why people will juice. Some of the phrases here are about the things that I'm looking for. For example, there's juicing for weight loss, or juicing for weight loss recipes. People are looking for ideas to lose weight with juicing. So I can get that data, but I can actually get it a lot easier if I just click this little button here and say I want my search phrases basically to include the words juicing and for. So if we do the research again, we'll find a lot less than 800 phrases. Here we go, we've got 11 phrases, and these are a lot more the sort of thing I'm looking for. Let's have a look. Juicing for life, I think that's a book, but juicing for weight loss, juicing for cancer, there's not an awful lot there. I mean, there's juicing for weight loss, juicing for cancer, and juicing for health that I could probably use, but I need more. And this is one of the problems I have with the Google Keyword tool, is it doesn't allow me to drill in to things like juice, this juicing for business, and that is why I turned to and have been using for a while now SE Cockpit. SE Cockpit is a fantastic tool, and I want to show you how easy it is for me to come up with ideas along the lines of this juicing for, but we'll look at a couple of other examples as well. So let's have a look at SE Cockpit. Now here I am logged into SE Cockpit, and this is on an actual project that I'm working on relating to juicing, so that's why I'm using this as an example. You can see this is my keyword data, and if you look down here you can see that with SE Cockpit I've managed to find 8,091 phrases related to my niche. Now not all of them are going to be perfectly usable on my niche, but this is a very comprehensive keyword research. And if I just type in the juicing for, and I'll just filter out the phrases there, we'll see how many it's come up with. And you can see down here that SE Cockpit has found 396. Remember, the Google Keyword Tool found 11, of which only about 2 of those, or possibly 3, were any good. Now if we look at SE Cockpit, we've got juicing for weight loss, and we've got the juicing for health, we've got juicing for life, which I think is a book or a program of some sort. We've got juicing for cancer, juicing for diabetes, juicing for beginners, juicing for energy, juicing for acne, juicing for detox, juicing for constipation, juicing for kids, for skin, for arthritis, for fertility, for hair growth, for information. And this is one of the things I love about SE Cockpit. It allows you to drill down much easier into a niche and find exactly what you're looking for. And you can do it because you've got different ways of searching for keywords. Now let's take a different example, because juicing for something, I'm doing a website on juicing, I want to know why people want to juice, that's great. But what if you're dealing with something like, say, diabetes? Now juicing is the thing that people want to do for their problem, whereas diabetes is the problem, so they need to have something to help with their diabetes. So instead of doing a search like in the first example, juicing for, we would need to find phrases that were something for diabetes. Now let's have a look in SE Cockpit how we might do this. There's always different ways of doing the keyword research. We could just start off with doing a diabetes and select the Google AdWords synonyms. That would bring back about 800 phrases. Let's just do it and we'll see what happens. And then I'll show you how I would go specifically for the for diabetes type phrase. Now this takes a little bit longer than the Google Keyword Tool. It's not because it's a slow tool, it's actually fantastically fast, because not only is it bringing back the data like the monthly searches and the competition data that we see with the Google Keyword Tool, it brings back the CPC the same as Google Keyword Tool, but also for every single word and phrase it brings back, it does a full top 10 analysis at the same time. So we could bring back 800 words here, and SE Cockpit will have analyzed all 800 words for the top 10, and there we go, it's come back now. That was in real time, I didn't pause the video, so you can see how fast it works. It's still working here, but it tells me down here that there's 754 phrases. Now if I have a look down these phrases, let's say pre-diabetes, I can double click on that, and because SE Cockpit was analyzing everything in real time, I've got my data there of the competition analysis and some of the fields aren't showing off to the right that you can pick other things as well to show. You can show a variety of information on the different top 10 pages for that particular phrase, like the page authority, domain authority. You can also look at things like social signals as well, but that's not really why we're looking at this. So we've got 754 phrases. Let me see how many phrases it's found for the phrase for diabetes, or includes for and diabetes, because we're looking for ways that people might try to help their diabetes. And we can see down here we've got 31 phrases that have for diabetes in there. So a diet for diabetes, a cure for diabetes, treatment for diabetes, that's in there because the for is in the information. Test for diabetes, symptoms, yoga for diabetes, risk factors for diabetes, treatments, tests, cinnamon for diabetes, herbs for diabetes, fruits for diabetes, vitamins for diabetes, cooking for diabetes, all sorts of things and information that people are wanting to know about their diabetes. And if you're doing a diabetes website, all that sort of information is critical. If you saw my newsletter last week, I think it was, or the week before, I talked about a product called Amazon Mind Control, and that's all about making sure that your pages are matching what the person is searching for, and they don't turn up your page after searching for something like, let's say, herbs for diabetes, and they arrive at your page which is on cures for diabetes, because they'll get to your page and they'll say, well, this isn't targeted, this isn't really what I wanted herbs for diabetes, and this is talking about exercise and diet and stuff, so it's not what I want. Hit the back button. Now, if you haven't got that book, Amazon Mind Control, forget the name. I know it sounds really hypey and rubbish, but the book is fantastic and it will open your eyes to how to do better keyword research. Now, let's just try again. We've got 31 phrases there, but let's go and type in diabetes. I'll put for diabetes, and then we'll go down to this Google Suggest and we'll click on the save button and see what comes back this time. Okay, and it's still working on the competition analysis for the pages, but you can see now that I'm up to 161 phrases on or that contain the words for and diabetes. So these are 161 phrases that can give me a real insight into what people are looking for. Diet for diabetes type 2, cure for diabetes type 1, cure for diabetes type 2, supplements for diabetes, diabetes for kids, and treatment of diabetes mellitus, that will say, if I can expand the box a little bit. Yoga for diabetes, vitamins for diabetes, symptoms of type 2, medications for type 2, walk for diabetes 2012. I presume that's some sort of sponsored event or an awareness raising event, and that might be something, if you have a diabetes website, then that would be something that you could look at to promote on your website, because it's news that people are searching for right now, and that's really what Google's looking for. It's looking for a website that is providing really good value to people. So juicing for diabetes, recipes, diabetes for pregnant women, and so on. I mean, we have some down here that have a lot less search volume that are grayed out in in SE Cockpit. But you can see that, whereas the Google Keyword Tool gave me 11 phrases, of which 2 or 3 were useful, and Market Samurai would have given me the same ones, and Keyword Blaze would have given me the same ones, and any tool that's using the Google Keyword Tool would have given me the same ones as well. With SE Cockpit, I'm now up to 161 phrases, and you can just keep on expanding your list. You can just go to, well, with those 2 searches I've already done, I'm up to 884 phrases, but I can just keep on expanding my list with things type 1 diabetes, and either use the AdWords synonym or the Google Suggest tool, and just keep on plugging in keywords, and my keyword list will grow. And the beauty of that is that we can then use this list to help us write much better content, and I'll show you that now using an example from my juicing database in a minute. But you see, with that other search now, the diabetes keywords are now up to 1,311, and don't forget that each of these has a top 10 analysis for, so you can see how easy or how difficult it's going to be to compete for that particular phrase. And let's have a look at a real example. Let's say that I'm interested in wheatgrass. Now, wheatgrass, some people spell it as one word, some people spell it as two. If I include it as two in my search, then it will find both variations within SE Cockpit. So let's suppose I want to do some articles on wheatgrass. I can do a search there, and SE Cockpit has 181 phrases that have the word wheat, grass, or wheat and grass. You can see the two variations there in them. So wheatgrass benefits, that could be an idea for an article. Benefits of wheatgrass, that's a similar phrase, and it's probably a second phrase I would include on my page. And here's another one: how to grow wheatgrass, wheatgrass side effects, wheatgrass seeds, growing wheatgrass. Okay, so we might decide that we want to write an article on growing wheatgrass, so we can have a look and see what phrases people are actually searching for relating to growing wheatgrass. So I've just put the word grow, wheat and grass. I've now got 22 phrases that people are searching for. So this one here has the highest monthly search. I would probably call my article how to grow wheatgrass, and I would probably include variations of that within my article, as well as other theme words related to wheatgrass. But all of these, you see, in the old days, the way we used to work with Google, we would probably have taken each of these phrases on its own and written an article on each of these phrases to try and rank for each phrase in turn. But the way Google works now is that would be considered duplicate content. Even if the articles are completely different, it's duplicated information and it will get your site into trouble. So you would just create now one article on how to grow wheatgrass, and you'd include these variations, and you'd use all of the words that are found in these phrases as well within your article. And then there's a good chance that if your article is good enough, that it could actually rank for all of these phrases on its own, a single article ranking for all of these phrases. And typically good articles like that will rank for, or they will be found in Google within a month. They'll be found in Google for 2, 3, 4, 500 different phrases, and that's the beauty of theming. But you really need to have a good keyword tool to help you with that, and to do your keyword research and to find the best keywords. And once you've got your comprehensive keyword research, you can then just drill in, like I've shown you here, to find specific topics. So let's just take another one relating to juicing. Now let's type in acne, and you can see here I've got 35 phrases that have the word juice, or that are related to juicing and acne. Vitamins for acne, well, vitamins are found in the juices, and that's why I've got quite a bit of research on vitamins in here. Vitamin for acne, juicing for acne, aloe vera juice for acne. If I wanted to be more specific, I could just start off by typing part of the word juicing, leave the E off, leave the ing off, so this would capture those phrases that have the word juice, juicer, juicers, juicing, and acne as well. And we're now down to 28 phrases that have the word juice or juicing, or a variation of that, and the word acne. So juicing for acne, aloe vera juice for acne, carrot juice for acne, and then we can look down. These are the phrases as well: lemon juice, orange juice, cranberry juice. So the way I would probably tackle this is I would have an article on juicing for acne, but I would include a section on aloe vera juice, carrot juice, lemon juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, any of the juices that people are searching for, and basically state whether those are helping or not helping, or whether it's just a myth that something like apple cider vinegar is good for acne, or lemon juice is good for acne, or whatever. So that is how I would do it. It's vitally important for me in my work that I have a fully comprehensive keyword research, and then I can just use that to drill down. The other beauty about SE Cockpit, of course, is that it's in the cloud. It's the database is stored online, which means that I can actually access it from any computer in my house, or if I'm on holiday, or if I'm abroad, then I can access my database and drill down to find the exact sort of information I need. And you know, I can just keep going and giving you examples, and let's just do one last one. If I was wanting to do an article on aloe vera juice, I can just search there for aloe vera, and my database will, here we go, 196 phrases that talk about aloe vera, and you can get all sorts of ideas for content here. Aloe vera juice for hair, I don't know whether it helps hair growth or not, or whether it helps your healthy hair, but it could be an idea for an article. Here's another one. What is aloe vera juice good for? That would be a good title for an article. And you could talk about some of these other things. If it's good for acid reflux, if it's good for constipation or weight loss or acne or skin or for dogs, then you could use that in your article about what aloe vera juice is good for. And it means you can create good quality authoritative articles because you've got the keyword research in front of you. So I think I've highlighted the main reasons why I like SE Cockpit. It allows you to do fantastic keyword research. It keeps all of the data there for you. It has all of the competition analysis there, so you can tell at a glance whether phrases are going to be worth targeting and how difficult it will be to rank for those phrases.